Hey everybody, my name is Josh, joshhallmusic.com. This is Shavasana Kitty YouTube channel. And if you're just joining me, you just drop it in. This is the first time you've ever seen me. Welcome. If you are a returning person, hey, thanks. And if you've subscribed, that's even better. So really appreciate it. We're getting over that 500 subscriber mark there and on our way to 1,000. Who knows, maybe we'll reach it someday. Today's lesson is a philosophy lesson. It is called It's Not the Gear. And here's the thing: we're guitar players, and guitar players kind of have a little bit of a situation where we'll look at what somebody's playing, and we'll start noticing like what brand they're using, what's that amp, what are those glowing pedals on the floor. Other instrumentalists don't really do that in the same way. Trumpet players and saxophone players, they're not really doing that. They're not gonna go and like have a collection in the same way that guitar players do. And so I want to talk about that a little bit. And that we get on this quest sometimes for like the tone. We're like chasing the sound. And we think that it is in the signal chain or it's in the instrument that we're playing or that it's attached to the amp. And there is a little nugget of truth in that for sure. But here's the thing: if I put on a pair of Air Jordans, I'm not going to be able to just magically shoot 3-point shots. It's not going to happen. I have to practice if I'm going to shoot 3-pointers accurately, if I'm going to make those shots in any kind of game. I absolutely have to put in the wrench time. The sneakers, that's not it. And so if I pick up, so-and-so's signature guitar model, I'm not going to sound like that person. Even if I play through all of their gear, I'm not going to sound like that person. I'm going to sound like me. Here's the thing. When I started playing and I'm teaching, I was playing on like a Yamaha RGX 611M. Wonderful mid-range guitar. Had locking trem. There's some fancy things about it. And students would be coming in and they would have like Les Paul Customs, American-made Strats, these beautiful instruments. And periodically I would pick it up and I'd play it just to see. And I sounded like me. I'm like, But I didn't necessarily like the way those guitars felt. And there was stuff about the Yamaha that I didn't really like either. And so I was, kind of looking for my forever guitar, I guess is what I would call it. And I was working in a guitar shop and this was in it. And I probably played on this for 2 or 3 months before I bought it. I would go in early at the lessons and I would pick this up and I would sit there and I'd play it before I taught. And I really liked it, really liked the way it felt and really liked the way it sounded, but it was really the feel of it was like, oh, this is amazing. And this is a 97 Parker Flat Deluxe. I bought it in 1998. And the funny thing is that I have taken out all of the electronics and replaced them. All the knobs are different. Select switch is different. There's no piezos in it anymore. It's not active. The only original electronic equipment on this are these 2 pickups. And that's it. Everything else that was inside this guitar is changed. But if I listen to a recording I made, like 2015 or something like that, you don't hear the difference between the electronics that were there and the electronics that are there now. Because it's not the guitar. It's not the stuff inside it. It's your fingers. And it's your phrasing. And it's your attack. It's the choice of notes that you do. It's the emotional content that you put behind the note you play. Sure, you can adjust the tone on your amp and you'll get slight timbre qualities and things like that, but that's not where you come from. It's not where your sound is. Another example: if I have Stephen King's typewriter, all right, and I write a story on it, I'm not going to sound like Stephen King. I'm going to sound like me telling the story. And so it's not the gear. So if you're searching for that instrument, find the one that feels amazing in your hands, the one that fits really well. And then get into a really deep relationship with it. Get to know it. And I'll tell you what, I've been playing on that guitar, that Parker, for 26 years. I know it cold. I sit down with that and I just know. I know where it is. I know everything about it. And when I play someone else's guitar, I'll still sound like me, but I don't know it. That doesn't feel the same. And that relationship is because I've been consistent and persistent with it. We've worked through a lot of stuff together. And so I urge you that if you're searching, caution, take a moment, be aware of the shiny and new. It may be exciting for a little while, but if it's not the forever instrument, maybe put it down at the guitar shop and don't walk away with it. Anyway, that's my advice, is that in the end, the tone isn't the gear. It's right here. It's how you play. And so, good luck to you. All right. If you found this useful in any way, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.